Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and today I am in Mobile, Alabama, and I'm out here with tanks and battleships, and you know, I'm just thinking to myself, golly, I gotta get home and play me some World of Tanks. And I can't wait until they come out with World of Warplanes and World of Battleships and all that stuff, because I love playing stuff like this. In fact, it goes back for me to like Red Alert. Do you guys remember Red Alert? It was part of the Command & Conquer series, and it was from Westwood Studios out of Las Vegas. And the Red Alert stuff was amazing. I mean, it was kind of futuristic in some spots, but it also was so much fun. Anyway, you know, I getting a close look at these tanks. I now have a little bit more appreciation for my tanks in World of Tanks. And but now we're going to talk about something that's not anything to do with World of Tanks. We are going to talk about World of Warcraft. And specifically, I got a question here that is, let's see, who is it from? It's from Han Solo. Your names amuse me sometimes, sorry. But it's from Han Solo. And he says that there are all kinds of games that have very long and complex storylines, you know, like WoW, well, and Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, the expansions all had a good ending. What he wants to know is that World of Warcraft seems so unending. When will we see the ending? When will there be the end game? And the fact of the matter is that I don't know that we're ever going to see a wind down or a storyline on that. You know, there are some good analogies that I can give you on that, which is that you could be watching a show, TV show, that basically, sorry about this tractor running around behind me and all the noise it's creating, but that's what's going on back here. They've got, you got your TV shows which just don't get renewed for another season. And so you're just kind of left hanging. You're like going, but I loved those characters and what they were doing, and all they had to do was end it on a good note and everything, and wouldn't have that been great? Well, you know, one of the programs that's really famous for doing that is the Star Trek series. All of them except for the first one and the last one went 7 seasons, all with 23 or 24 episodes for each year. And in the 7th season, they tended to really wrap things up. One of them that did not do that was Enterprise. They only went 5 seasons, and they did kind of wrap things up, but they really left it kind of loosely open. I think maybe they saw the writing on the wall at the end of the last season and wrapped it up a bit. But now, with World of Warcraft, it is a never-ending story. And they hope, I'm sure, that the game will never die, that they can just keep coming out with all this new stuff for it, and it keeps getting new people into it and everybody involved, and they really have a really great time with it. Well, so they keep the storyline open-ended. You don't want to end it. You may end a sub-storyline, but you won't end the storyline of World of Warcraft as a whole. And I would be very surprised if they did. In fact, if they did, they might be renaming it into another game and launching from there or something like that. So I suspect that when it gets to the point to where they say, okay, we're not going to do any more updates and we're going to start looking at end of life of the game, that they may have just a couple little things that they'll throw in for the players, but overall, they'll probably be losing money at that point or near losing money, and there just won't be a budget for that. But maybe we're lucky and they put a budget in for that already and have that just sitting aside so that they know when they get to the end of the life that they can give us a great conclusion. But knowing the corporate world, I seriously doubt that. So anyway, so now I'm going to have to go. I don't know what kind of tank this is behind me, but I suspect I'm going to have to get in game and I'm going to look for one that looks like this. I think it's an American tank, but I'm just not sure which one it is. So, and I really wish I knew because I'm really curious about that, but there's no plaques out here, nothing. And in fact, I'm out at Battleship Park. That's where all these tanks are. The USS Alabama is behind me. It was only $2 to get into the park. And there's plenty of stuff to look at out here, and especially if you're playing something like World of Tanks or World of Warplanes or World of Battleships, any of those, that that there is plenty of stuff out here to see to where you can actually figure out the realism on this stuff. Like, oh yeah, that's why it works this way. Or, oh yeah, that is actually how it looks on the tank treads and everything. So, you know, if you get a chance, you're in Alabama, in Mobile, come out here. This is Battleship Park. You can find it on the map real easy. Just Google it. And it's really cheap to get into. So, I don't see why you wouldn't do it. Anyway, I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.